Good morning everyone. Today we will be presenting Chapter 2, Introduction to Basic Shipping Policy. In this chapter, we will explain what shipping policy is, why it is important, and how it helps manage international shipping activities. Shipping policy play a very important role in ensuring that ship, port, and shipping companies operate in an organized, fair, and safe manner across the world. Shipping policy are important because they ensure international shipping operates smoothly and efficiently. Without proper policy, shipping activities may face delay, unfair competition, or safety issue. Firstly, shipping policy help maintain fair competition, so no shipping company gains unfair advantage over others. Secondly, they support economic stability because shipping is closely related to global trade and national economies. Lastly, shipping policy ensures safe maritime operation by reducing accident, protecting life, and preventing environmental damage. There are 5 main types of shipping policy, which are freedom of the seas, antitrust policies, protectionist policies, open registry policies, and safety of the sea policy. Freedom of the sea refers to the principle that ships should be selected based on normal commercial consideration. This means shipping companies choose vessels based on cost, efficiency, and service quality rather than nationality. Under this policy, there should be no favoritism toward national vessels, meaning local ships should not receive special treatment. Foreign vessels must be treated equally and fairly in port. In addition, the government should not interfere in the selection of ships. There should also be no special regulatory rules or currency advantage that benefit certain vessels. Overall, this policy promotes free and fair competition in international antitrust policy are introduced to prevent monopoly in the shipping industry. If shipping activities are left uncontrolled, large shipping companies may dominate the market and eliminate smaller competitors. Government intervention is necessary to maintain fair competition and ensure that many shipping companies can operate in the market. This policy also helps control freight rate so shipping charges do not become excessively high and unfair to customers. Antitrust policy focus on price regulation, where government monitor shipping price. They also control agreements between large shipping companies, known as oligopoly. In addition, government have the authority to approve or reject tariff schedule to protect the public interest. Protectionist policy aim to protect and sustain national shipping fleet. These policies are especially important for helping local shipping companies survive and compete with foreign companies. There are 2 main forms of protectionist policies. The first form is subsidies, which include investment assistance to help companies buy or build ships, tax allowance to reduce operating costs, and direct operating subsidies to support daily operations. The second form is preferential treatment, where national vessels are given priority berthing at port, lower port and custom duties, and cargo reservation. Cargo reservation means certain cargo is reserved only for national vessels, giving them more business opportunities. Open registry policy allows ship owners to register their vessel in a country without requiring national ownership. This means foreign owners can register ship easily. Registration fees are usually low and based on ship size or tonnage, which help reduce operating costs. However, open registry systems are often criticized because they may have weaker safety standards and less strict enforcement of maritime law. Safety of the sea policy focus on reducing ship casualties and improving maritime safety. Due to the increasing number of ship accidents, global cooperation is required. International conventions such as SOLAS, MARPOL, IMO, and the Load Line Convention are implemented to ensure ship safety, prevent pollution, and maintain ship stability.
Port and terminal. To begin, let's distinguish between 2 fundamental terms in maritime logistics, the port and the terminal. A port is a broad, coastal, or inland facilities that serve as a gateway for ships. It is an area where vessels find shelter and where cargo and passengers are handled. Depending on the geography, this can be natural harbor like Mumbai, semi-natural like Vishakhapatnam, or entirely artificial like Madras. A terminal, however, is a specialized facility located within a port. Think of the port as the entire airport, while the terminal is the specific gate area designed for one type of traffic. We have specialized terminal for container, bulk cargo, and LNG. In Malaysia, you'll find significant LNG facilities in Bintulu, Sarawak, and Kimanis, Sabah. Port business models. As global trade evolves, ports must change how they are managed. We typically see progression through 5 business models. Number 1, modernization, focuses on improving technical systems while maintaining the existing government bureaucracy. Number 2, liberalization. This involves reducing government control to allow for more competitive practices. Number 3, commercialization. Here, the port is given operational autonomy, though it remains state-owned. Number 4, corporatization. The port is structured like a private company, with public ownership but private sector management styles. Number 5, privatization. This is the final stage, where we see private ownership or long-term investment, often aimed at maximizing efficiency and profits. Port in Malaysia and legal framework. In Malaysia, our ports are categorized into 3 administrative types. Federal ports. These include major hubs like Port Klang, Bintulu Port, and the Port of Tanjung Pelepas. Number 2, state ports. These are specific to Sabah and Sarawak with the exception of Bintulu, which is federal. And the last type is marine department ports. Similar port managed directly by the department. This system is governed by a strict legal framework. The Port Authority Act 1963 provides the general regulation, while the Port Privatization Act 1990 allows for private companies to operate port facilities through concession agreement and bylaws. Port operations. Port operations are a complex mix of regulatory and commercial activities. On the marine side, we have services like pilotage, tugging, and mooring to help ships navigate safely. On the terminal side, we handle the actual movement of cargo. This includes bunkering, refueling ship, safety and security management, especially oil spill preparedness, and the coordination of shipping and forwarding agents. Today, most of this is managed through integrated port information system, which allow for real-time tracking of inventory and vessel scheduling. Port Authority. Finally, we look at the Port Authority. This is a government or semi-government body that acts as the landlord and regulator of the port. The Port Authority is responsible for, firstly, vessel traffic management, supervising all movement within the harbor. Secondly, navigational safety, maintaining aids to navigation and ensuring clear channels. Thirdly, regulation, overseeing the services provided by private terminal operators. Number 4, environmental and security control, ensuring the port meets international standards for safety and environmental protection. In essence, while private companies might move the cargo, the Port Authority ensures the entire environment is safe, legal, and efficient.
Explain about port facility. So, a facility is a designated area within a port where goods and passengers are transferred between land and water transportation, or between different water vessels. This includes structures such as wharves, piers, sheds, warehouse, yard, and dock. So here are some port facilities in this chapter, which is special warehouse, were used to store shipment and maintain regular cargo stock. Port reception. Reception has details of all the shipment schedule, and moreover it is a guide for the port facility. Other facilities such as medical facility, port reception, service, hotel, restaurant, and basic amenities for port user. Fishing facilities. Fishing port allow its customer with fishing aids and amenities at the port. Warm water facility, a greater revenue generating warm water port that provide warm water even in frosty winter. Loading and unloading facility, so it's a mandatory facility for loading and discharging cargo and passenger. Infrastructure and equipment, so a port has piers, basin, stacking or storage area, warehouse to store various ferry equipment. Each port is equipped with essential equipment such as hauling equipment, dragger, crane, truck, and loader. Workshop provide a spare part, accessory, and repair service for vessels that are out of order. So I'm going to explain about port operation. So port operation means the comprehensive activities managing the flow of ships, cargo, and passengers through a port from vessel arrival to goods onward transport involving infrastructure, logistics, security, and custom to ensure efficiency in global trade. So here are some lists of port operation. So first, operation of facilities, which is management of port infrastructure such as berth, sheds, warehouse, and equipment. Second, marketing, promoting port service to shipping lines, tenants, and logistic operators. 3. Accounting and finance. This is for handling for port revenue, tariff, billing, budgets, and financial control. 4. Transportation, which is coordination of trucking, rail operation, and inland transportation system. 5. Governmental relationship. So this is for coordination with authorized such as custom, coast guard, maritime security, quarantine, and environmental agency. 6. Tenant relationships, for managing relationships with terminal operator, warehouse tenants, and port user. 7. Operational function. So it's about facilitating ship arrival and departure, pilotage, tagging, mooring, and cargo handling. 8. Security impact. So it's for access control, background check, cargo movement monitoring, and port security plan. 9. Traffic system. Provide which is record and monitoring of vessel and cargo activity history. 10. Vessel activities for inbound time, docking time, shifting time, cargo operation time, and standby time. 11. Cargo operation for loading, unloading, storage, and distribution of cargo. 12. Value-added activity range, which we can get from cargo loading and discharging, industrial service import, combining and separating cargoes, up-to-date information on inventory and cargo movement, stuffing or de-stuffing containers, and lastly for loading cargo in crates and crates on pallets. So now we're entering for the next slide about cargo and vessel operation. So for the first point about this slide is about maintenance of vessel, which is its play a role in engine overhauling, ship repair, surface preparation, and painting work, where in this point it manufacture and repair ship and boats like cargo vessel, crew boat, ferry boat, and fishing boats. So the second point is about dry dock. So dry docking is a term used for repair or when a ship is taken to the service yard, which is during dry docking, the whole ship is brought to a dry land so that the submerged portion of the hull can be cleaned or inspected. So for this process, it will done in 12 months to 24 months. So it also service and it also play a role as service, repair, or replace at the same time. Next, we have ballast water management, which is ballast water management is management of full ballast water to ensure vessel stability and prevent invasive species. Next, we got cargo loading and unloading. So for this part, it will detect about the movement of cargo between vessel, truck, rail car, and warehouse. And lastly, we got cruise port, which is the cruise port is where cruise ship passengers board or embark to start their cruise and disembark the cruise ship at the end of the cruise. So the supplies are loaded for the cruise, which include everything from fresh water and food to fruits, vegetables, and any of other supplies needed for the cruise. So it also such a busy place during the day the cruise ship is in port because of going passenger debark their baggage and oncoming passenger port, the ship in addition to all the supplies being loaded. It's environmental and safety aspects. So first is about maintenance of property, which is about hazardous and solid waste management, vehicle equipment maintenance, repair or replace fencing, construction of infrastructure required by tenants, electrical services, and chemical and gas cylinder storage. Second, cargo handling equipment. So the cargo handling equipment, or as we know as CHE, at port and rail yard generally includes yard tractor, crane, forklift, container handler, and bulk handling. So equipment such as tractor loaders, dozer, excavator, and backhoes. So to reduce the amount of pollution emitted from ports are beginning to retrofit these equipment types with emission control system to replace the older equipment with newer, cleaner equipment or use cleaner fuel technologies such as electrification. So next is chemical storage and handling. So typically these are non-bulk drums, totes, and various size container of chemical and chemical product pesticide that are be loaded or offloaded and stored on port or tenant property. For example, the port of Rotterdam is up to date on the latest development in the chemical sector as the larger container hub and petrochemical cluster in Europe. Rotterdam is a strong and reliable link in the containerized chemical supply chain. So, what is for import, export, and storage? So, firstly, what is import or export though? So, the import or export defined as importing and exporting a variety of materials, including cathode ray tubes, chemical and industrial products. So, in Malaysia, we got three major of Malaysian ports. So, firstly, we got Port Kelang that located in Kelang, Selangor. Second, Port of Tanjung Pelepas or PTP that stay in Kelang, Patah, Johor. Third, we got Penang Port that located in Georgetown, Penang. So for dry bulk storage, the dry bulk storage means storage of unpackaged raw material transported in large quantities. For example, for major bulk, it's coal and iron, while for minor bulk, it's about cement or sugar.
So let us move to the port design. A good port should be designed to allow safe and easy movement of ships with a properly aligned entrance channel, sufficient basin space for turning, and key alignment that enable vessels to berth smoothly even under onshore wind conditions. Adequate space behind the quay is necessary for efficient handling, storage, loading and unloading goods, including sufficient provision for railway tracks to support cargo transport. In addition, a port should be centrally located with respect to its hinterland to attract traffic and generate good cargo tonnage. It should be capable of smooth, economical expansions to meet future demands. The port must provide effective shelter to ships throughout the year and offer comprehensive facilities and services to visiting vessels, ensuring efficient, safe, and reliable port operation. There are 5 types of port, which are inland port, fishing port, warm water port, dry port, and sea port. So let us start from inland ports. Inland ports are developed on smaller water bodies like rivers and lakes and mainly serve cargo or passengers transportation. These ports are sometimes called dry ports because they support seaports by handling cargo inland. For an inland port to function effectively, it must have well-established distribution centers for fresh movement, proper depots for storing containers and hulks, and a strong logistics department to manage operations and inventory. In addition, adequate warehouses are essential for storing spare parts, cargo, and machinery used during loading and unloading activities. Next, we move to fishing ports. Fishing ports are market-based ports designed to support fishing activities and, in some cases, serve recreational or aesthetic functions. However, they have a major limitation because their economic viability depends on the availability of fish in the surrounding waters. A typical fishing port includes hangar for fish processing and storage, supply post to provide fuel and freshwater to vessels, operation and administration building for planning, management and regulatory matters, and premises where fish are bought and sold. The next part we're going to discuss is warm water ports. Warm water ports are ports where the water temperature remains high enough to prevent freezing during cold winters. This allowed the port to operate year-round, even when other ports are closed due to ice. Because of this advantage, warm water ports support uninterrupted international trade, enable inland waterway transportation in certain countries, and have played a significant role in the economic growth and historical expansion of empires. For dry ports are inland terminals that are linked to seaports through road or rail networks and act as centers for multimodal logistics. Their main role is to handle cargo transshipment to inland destinations and reduce congestion at nearby seaports. Dry ports also manage administrative operations such as billing and coordination between importers and exporters, making trade accessible to businesses located far from seaports. To support efficient cargo clearance, they are equipped with facilities such as cargo handling instruments, rail sidings, storehouses, and container yards. The last part is seaports. Seaports are constructed along coastal or sea locations and are designed to accommodate vessels of different sizes, from small ships to large ocean-going vessels. Depending on their function, they can operate as cargo ports or cruise ports. These ports are equipped with essential facilities such as special warehouses, hotels, restaurants, eateries, and passenger services amenities like reception areas and restrooms. Based on their roles, seaports are commonly classified into three types: cruise ports, ports of call, and cargo ports. The next topic that we're going to discuss is factors in port selection. The first factor is proximity. Ports located near major trade routes, industrial zones, or hinterlands provide significant logistical advantages. Short inland transport distances reduce fuel costs and delivery times while also improving supply chain reliability. Proximity ensures faster turnaround for import and export activities, making the port more attractive to shippers handling time-sensitive cargo. The second factor is workforce availability. A port's efficiency depends on the people who operate it. Skilled workers are required for crane operations, customs clearance, logistic coordination, and safety enforcement. Ports with a stable, trained workforce can process higher cargo volumes with fewer delays, ensuring smooth operations and compliance with international standards. The next factor is evaluate infrastructure investment. Modern infrastructure is critical for handling large vessels and complex cargo operations. Ports with deep water berths, containers terminals, automated cranes, and strong road or rail links can manage traffic more efficiently. Investment in infrastructure directly improve turnaround time, service quality, and competitiveness in global trade. The fourth factor is restrictions. Every port has limitations that can affect operations. This may include shallow waters, limited berth space, restrictions on hazardous cargo, or seasonal weather issues. Understanding these restrictions help businesses plan better and avoid cost disruptions, ensuring compatibility with vessel size and cargo type. The fifth factor is the regulatory environment. A predictable framework makes a port more attractive to international traders. Transparent customs procedures, consistent document requirements, and supportive government policies reduce risk and delay. Ports with stable regulations allow businesses to plan confidently and avoid unexpected compliance issues. The next factor is foreign trade zone access. A foreign trade zone can be called as FTZ. Ports with FTZ facilities offer tax incentives, duty exemptions, and simplified custom processes. These zones encourage companies to import, store, and re-export goods at reduced costs. FTX access enhances flexibility for businesses and makes the port a preferred hub for international logistics. The seventh factor is preparedness for unexpected events. Ports must be resilient to disruptions such as extreme weather, labor strikes, or equipment failures. Facilities with contingency plans and emergency protocols can maintain operation during crises. This readiness ensures supply chain continuity and builds trust with global shippers. The next factors will be savings potential. The overall cost of using a port includes tariffs, handling fees, fuels, and storage charges. Ports with competitive and transparent pricing structures help businesses save money. Lower costs improve profitability and make the port more attractive for frequent or bulk users. The ninth factor is technology and tracking tools. Modern ports rely on real-time container and vessel tracking systems to improve visibility and coordination between shippers, carriers, and customs. Ports with advanced digital platforms reduce errors, speed up cargo movement, and enhance customer satisfaction. The last factor would be operating hours. Port that runs 24 hours every day or with extended schedules can process more shipments and reduce congestion. Flexible hours are especially important for international trade, where vessels arrive across different time zones, ensuring smooth and continuous operation. Each factor plays a unique role in determining the efficiency, reliability, and competitiveness of a port. A port that excels with these areas will become a vital hub for international shipping and logistics.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Zeka binti Rosman. My metric number is S71533. Now, I would like to continue the presentation with presenting the port cost and efficiency. Firstly, cost reduction process. Port implement efficient operation, automation, and optimal resource use to minimize operating and handling costs. Next, congestion management. Effective scheduling, traffic control, and terminal planning reduce vessel waiting time and yard congestion. Also, fast cargo handling. Modern equipment and skilled labor enable quick loading and unloading, improving vessel turnaround time. Lastly, availability of complete port service. Port that offer full service such as bunkering, storage, custom clearance, and logistics support operate more efficiently and attract more shipping lines. I would like to talk about lifting equipment and crane fundamental. First, load lifting and control. Cranes are designed to lift, lower, and precisely position load safely using hoist, cable, and control system. Next, frequent start and stop operation. Crane operation involve repeated starting, stopping, and reversing motion, requiring robust and mechanical and electrical system. Then, high starting current tolerance. Crane motor must withstand with high electrical current during startup to handle heavy load without system failure. Lastly, operator safety and control. Modern cranes are equipped with safety devices such as limit switches, overload protection, and ergonomic control to ensure safe operation. 4 types of container handling equipment. First, rubber tire gantry (RTG), a mobile gantry crane or rubber tire used in container yard to stack and move container efficiently between storage area and truck. Second, automated RTG (ARTG) is an advanced RTG operated automatically or remotely using control system and sensor, improving safety, accuracy, and productivity while reducing labor requirement. Next, mobile harbor crane, a flexible wheel crane used at port to handle container and general cargo, ideal for terminals that require mobility and do not have fixed square crane. Lastly, a shipyard and bulk handling equipment, specialized machinery such as conveyors, grab crane and loader used to handle bulk cargo such as coal and grain and support ship construction and maintenance activities. These are the type of crane that is commonly used. First, floating crane. Crane mounted on barges and pontoon, mainly used in port and offshore operation to lift very heavy load such as ship component and bridge section. Second, gantry crane. Large crane that move on rail or wheels commonly found in port and container terminal for loading and unloading container from ship or storage yard. Next, tower crane. Tall fixed crane widely used in construction of high building, providing excellent height and lifting capacity with a small ground footprint. Then, overhead crane. Crane installed on elevated rail inside building, factory or warehouse, used to move load horizontally across a working area. Also, hammerhead crane, a type of tower crane with horizontal jib that allow precise lifting in confined spaces, often used in shipyard and large construction site. Next, deck crane. Crane that installed on ship used to load and unload cargo directly on board, especially useful for vessel operating in port with limited shore facility. Lastly, rough terrain crane. Mobile crane equipped with large rubber tire designed to operate on uneven or unpaved surface such as construction and industrial shipping policy play a vital role in regulating competition, ensuring safety and facilitating international trade in the maritime industry. Port act as critical node in a global logistics by connecting sea transport with inland distribution network and enabling the smooth movement of goods worldwide. Efficient port operation enhance productivity, reduce costs, and directly support national and global economic growth. Therefore, the integration of strong regulation, advanced technology, and strict safety measures is essential to achieve sustainable and reliable port and shipping operations. From our group, thank you for watching.